Back. It is still the A. It is still the AM Weekend Show. My name is Divine Onoha. I am still right here with my amazing co-host, Ogochukwu Osai. Welcome again.
Thank you so much.
Now, we have just been joined by a very, very talented artist and a fashion designer, none other than the handsome Chiagoziem Bonaventure, aka FERGSN. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure too. So I told you earlier that we're going to be talking about love almost throughout the show. And right now we're going to be exploring a very unique angle. We'll be looking at the intersection between love and fashion. Want to see if there's any link between the both of them. Want to see if there's any way that love influences fashion or fashion influences love. You know, we've been checking different industries. We had that section with Afronica, and she told us how music is such a force, to use to express love. So we have just been joined by this amazing fashion designer, and he's going to be sharing with us. Now, I'll begin this way, FERGSN. Let me begin this way. Okay. So a lot of people believe that the way you look influences how people would feel about you.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
I believe so as well.
You believe so?
Yeah.
Okay, so the way someone dresses would determine whether a person falls in love with them or not.
I wouldn't say that completely, because, you could love someone without loving the fashion, right? But I also see fashion as an expression, and I think it's that expression that makes people fall in love with the person, not the fashion per se, but, the person is able to express who he is inside with, like, the fashion he wears and everything. And for someone to be fashionable, you have to pay attention to detail. So I think it's just those characteristics and not maybe the fabric itself that, makes whoever likes you, like you.
Okay.
But you think fashion can attract the person first before?
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now let me ask you a more complex question. A lot of people believe in dress the way you want to be addressed. It is the way you dress that, when you dress, it says a lot about you. So I really want to confirm from you, the fashion designer, does the way a person dress say something about them? And is it reliable? Is it a reliable thing to judge by? Do you think it is?
It's very reliable.
Very reliable.
But at the same time, sometimes some people might have hidden qualities you don't know about, and it's reliable. But at the same time, I would say it's a paradox, because someone could dress well as well, and like his personality could be opposite.
That's what I'm saying. That's my main point. I've met men on suits, tuxedos, amazing, as in shiny. If you see shoe, if you see wristwatch, they dress so good. But by the time you engage them, just 30 minutes, or you have an experience with them, or you do a business with them, and you just find out. That's why I'm asking whether it's really reliable at the end of the day.
Okay, and also speaking, so I don't know, in line with what you now said, does it mean that people are not taking advantage of the dressing? Since you're supposed to be, when you dress well, it attracts or makes people think some sort of way with you. Now, when you now dress that way, you have other intentions in mind. Does it mean that people are not taking advantage of the way people dress, way people communicate with people? How do I put it so that you understand what I'm trying to explain? So, as just what she said, now when you engage with somebody when they dress very well, and you're now disappointed at the end of the day. So does it mean that the people now dress that way because they want to attract or make you think some sort of way about them, then on long run, take advantage of you some sort of way?
Okay, I would say, firstly, to each his own, right? And I would also say definitely something to be taken advantage of, what's the use of a sword if you can't use it to cut someone, right? Now, it now depends on how you use it, Definitely, some people use it, like you mentioned, some people could use it for like ulterior motives, like especially women. Because, sometimes women, they know what they're doing. You feel me? You know what they're doing. So like, but at the same time, it doesn't spoil the whole thing, the use of it. It's just like everything else, where like you can use it for good and you can use it for bad. Like you can use a knife to stab someone and you can use a knife to cut onions in the kitchen still. But it's the same knife. So,
deep words. My jota. Oh. I forgot my jota. Too much.
Please, let's go.
Okay. So now let's now ask this question. Are you in a relationship?
It's complicated.
Thank God, all your people, they are watching. So, lie, let us get you. Just lie.
It's complicated.
Are you in a relationship?
Why is it complicated?
Or you're in multiple relationships?
Something like that.
They're watching you. Oh.
Something like that.
You're multiple, are they aware?
They are aware.
They are aware it's complicated, and they are aware it's a lot.
They are aware.
They are aware.
Okay.
To each his own. So I'm asking this because I want to know: is dressing grounds for breakup, or is dressing grounds for should it be a vital reason why you reject someone? You know, if you're a fashion designer, so I assume you're big on dressing. Yeah. Now, in as much as you're complaining that women are deceptive, women will wear wig, they'll do all sorts, and you know, we are also aware that there are men who will not talk to you if you don't look that way. You know, so it begs the question: is dressing that important enough to make you want to break up or to make you reject someone when they approach you?
Okay. First, I think there's been like a little misunderstanding. I am a fashion designer. Well, firstly, I'm an artist. But let me get back to the question, right? I would say, yes, it's enough reason to reject somebody. At the same time, it's not enough reason to reject somebody. It's all a paradox for me. All right, let me explain, right? Now, dressing, like the way you guys came here this morning, you look good, like,
Thank
very
you.
well. I love your shades, your earrings.
Thank you.
I love your makeup, like,
Thank you.
this. The way it blends and everything. That shows you both put attention into how you look this morning. And that's not because of maybe, I don't feel personally it's because maybe you want to feel pretty. I feel like it's just your own attention to detail and your love for yourself. You know, when you have love for yourself, you take care of yourself, right? And now someone that doesn't do all that, like if I pulled up to this show looking like shit, I was actually not prepared for this show. You know, I rushed and everything, but I still tried. If I pulled up looking like shit, definitely you both know that you wouldn't like, you'd be like, who is this guy? You know, because, and it's not necessarily because of the way I dress, but because subconsciously you know that, okay, this person didn't put efforts today into himself, you know, and relationships are actually based off like people having to put efforts towards themselves, you know. Once you're in a relationship, there's a thing that happens when people are in relationships. When you're in a relationship, people tend to get comfortable, you know, like looking nice, after looking nice and everything. When you're in the relationship now, they now start to slack because they are in a relationship and they feel comfortable with the person. That take me as I am thing. But you know, it doesn't really work like that. I feel like once you're in a relationship, you should do better. You know,
continue to improve yourself.
To improve, not
I really want to agree with what you've said. I think he came from a very, this would have been a tricky question, but he found a very beautiful way to address it. I like when you said that dressing shows that you love yourself and you put some effort on yourself. I, as a lady, would not want to go for a guy that is not putting effort on himself because the chances that you will rub that off on me too. Exactly. If you barely take care of yourself, that's another angle I'm just looking at. If you barely take care of yourself, I will be skeptical about my own self. Exactly, you know, you just rub off on me and maybe me too, I'll start looking like what I don't know after a while. That's an angle though.
Or even when you look so well and he's looking off the whole thing, both of you working is not.
Okay, you're talking about the embarrassing part of
it as well. So I feel like it's important that people pay that attention in dressing well and making yourself. And even if you don't know much about it, it's important to also go ahead and learn about it. I mean, people can learn about things.
So where do we draw the line? Where is the limit? Because I've seen situations. Let's talk about this now. I don't know. Sorry, the sisterhood, my gender. I'm really sorry, but we've seen situations where ladies dress very good, very stunning, you know. And by the time you talk with them, I'm not saying because I'm not blaming them. There are ladies who did not go to school. There are ladies who are not quite, you know, brilliant. You know, so they tend to want to make up for it on their dressing. Because we also know that there's a way you dress, you will not attract certain people. So they make up for it on their dressing. At least if I cannot speak English, let me share no fashion. You know, so by the time they dress up that way, you approach them, you engage them, you feel disappointed. Now, are you going to say that those people are being hypocritical? Are you going to call them pretentious people? Where do we draw the line between looking good and not being yourself? I don't know if you understand me. How do we strike a balance such that one can dress up and dress good that even if their brain is empty, we're still not going to say that they are cheating us or they are lying to us, since dressing good is important. How do we balance it?
Okay, I would say, like you said you didn't want to blame them, but I would say actually there's a lot of, not just girls, but guys as well, who don't have sense and like that could dress and like dress very well, but internally there's really nothing there. There's no depth of like to them and everything. I wouldn't call it completely pretentious. I wouldn't call it pretentious, right? But I would say they are trying to be something else, something they are not, in the wrong way. You feel me? In the sense that now it's good to dress well. The fact that you can dress well is not pretentious.
Okay. Right. So how are they trying to be something they are not? They should not dress like their brain.
No, like I said,
that's actually what I
the wrong way, yeah? That's the thing. It's a mentality, it's a psychology thing, right? Because now dressing that way and, feeling you're not that way inside, it's like, it's conflicting. That's like, it's not going to balance completely, Now, it's not the dressing that needs to be changed, but rather like the mentality, and psychology, like mentally, you can change anything like this, as opposed to what people think that, okay, your mentality stays with you for, it just depends on you, right? So I would say they are not pretentious, but they are just not who like.
They just know who they are. You are treating me like a politician. No? I think the concern is not really with them personally. I think someone who is not quite brilliant and dresses well, they don't actually feel like they are doing anything wrong because they know. The concern now is people who are perceiving them. The person who talks to them and feels disappointed.
And goes ahead to judge them.
Do you understand?
This way.
So
and
really,
don't know anything. So
how do we? I mean,
in as much I understand, and I think
I've had a similar situation. Like I was at a party, a friend's show and everything. There were girls and everything. I saw this really chill chick, fashion-wise, and I'm very attracted to fashion. I went to like walk up to her and everything. I didn't get rejected, but like from speaking to her, I could tell that she really didn't know much outside. I wouldn't call it vain, but outside
the looks,
the surface. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I think we need to cut there because we've run out of time. I'm so sorry. So I'm assuming that in conclusion now, even if you know how to dress, just work on your mental. I think that's the balance to everything. Thank you so much. I think this was a very brilliant one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you as well.
That was Chiagoziem Bonaventure, aka FERGSN, an artist. An artist and a designer who has just joined us to wrap up this show. And to you, viewer, who has stayed for this 2 hour, 30 minutes, a big thank you to you. You're the reason we're here giving you all that is spicy, hot, and amazing from around the southeastern part of Nigeria. My name is Divine Onwoha.
And my name is Ogochukwu Osai. Have a great day.